Hello and welcome to my channel where we discuss all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. What we have up today is the latest offering from PNSO. We have number 62 in the line. We've got Xinchuan the Sinraptor. So yeah, they've been pouring out some theropods for sure. Previously we had Fergus the Acrocanthosaurus, which we reviewed just before this one. He came in at number 61. So I haven't gotten any word on any future releases. So Xinchuan is going to have to hold us until they come up with something else. So looking at the box, you can see the illustration of the Sinraptor, the model itself. You've got that on the side there, on the other side, and then at the top you've got a picture of Xinchuan with his mouth closed. So looking at the packaging one final time, we're going to remove Xinchuan and the accessories and see what's the what. You all already know how this goes with PNSO. They accompany the model with this booklet of information and other photos, as you can see right there. As always, we've gone through this before, illustrations of how they drew the animal and everything like that. So we won't spend too much time on it because we've been to this rodeo before. Also typical of PNSO is the inclusion of a poster of the animal in question, this being the Sinraptor. So pulling that open so we can see what he looks like. And there you have it. Looking pretty nice there. So it's always nice that they include that with their models. We also get, when it comes to the theropods or bipedal animals, we get an included stand in case warpage occurs, or to prevent warpage if you're the kind that wants to just display your figure on the stand just from jump. So here we have our Sinraptor on our rotating base. So you can see what he looks like all around, and pretty good looking model there. PNSO is we've returned back to the rather drab paint apps. I have to call it as I see it, but please don't mistake me saying that for my disdain. I'm cool with the coloring, but there may be people that aren't, so I have to at least note it. Anyone that's been watching my channel since the beginning, which wasn't that long ago, you already know what I think in regards to the coloring of large animals. So you know how I feel about that. Anyway, speaking of large animals, Sinraptor was about 25 feet long. This model is it measures 8.5 inches from snout to tail, and if you do your calculations to see what it comes out to with the 1/35 scale, it comes out to just under it would be just under 25 feet if this were a live animal. So they definitely got the scale right for this guy. As far as Sinraptor itself is concerned, Sinraptor means Chinese robber, and raptor, it's not related to dromaeosaurs at all. In fact, it's not a dromaeosaur, it's a metriacanthosaur. It's part of that family. You have to take that in consideration. It existed in the late Jurassic, so they started out that early. And as you can see, definitely a carnivore, and looking pretty nice. So let's get Xinchuan off of the base and take a look at closer look at that skull and the rest of him. So here we are looking at Xinchuan, our Sinraptor, looking at that skull up close and turning him so you can get that profile look. And you can see the ridges, the crest right there looking cool. As far as the eyes, let's do the eye check and see if PNSO actually deviated from their blood orange and black pupils. Yeah, it looks as if the eyes are an almost amber color with black pupils, so change of pace, gotta love that. You can clearly see the Sinraptor's nasal passageways up there at the front. Looking at the top of the skull, you see that those crests are two shades of brown, a darker brown in the center, and on the outskirts it tans out and goes right down and till it gets to the end there. It just ends before you get to the actual nostrils. PNSO, they don't subscribe to the notion of theropods having lips, so that's why you see the Sinraptor's teeth hanging out like that, no lips. And speaking of the teeth, as always with PNSO, they have articulated jaws, their theropods do. And Xinchuan can open his mouth pretty wide there. Looking in that mouth, you can see the teeth. Looking at the underside there, you can still see that PNSO's attention to detail continues as you see the nice wet look in there and the wet look on that tongue, so that's pretty nice. And looking at the color of the animal, I'll close the mouth for this. It's a greenish type of hue that is basically present throughout the entirety of the body. Looking at the underside, you see it gets light there, and the same thing with the throat. It gets pinkish red. Then it starts to you start to see that that greenish hue there at the base of the neck, going down, and you see you still have all that. It gets a little bit brown there in the rib area. Looking at the Sinraptor's forearms, they're small, as is the case with most theropods, but you can see that they're powerful. They look like they can grip very well. And then going to the legs, he's got some nice long legs, so I have to presume that Sinraptors were pretty quick, especially for this size, 25 feet. And you can see the striping along the legs. As always with PNSO, their attention to detail, you see the wrinkles there from that left leg stepping forward, and the stretching at the rear of the leg. And to take some note, if you were wondering about the tail, some people had issues with the tail. They figured that the tail tapered too soon, but PNSO actually addressed that, and they stated that that's how the tails on Sinraptors actually went. So they didn't mess that up. So they stayed accurate and true to the anatomy of the creature. You could see the scalation, and of course the osteoderms, small ones, and you could see the spines along the back there. Turn to the other side. The striping on the tail goes all the way to the very end, to the very tip. That right leg he's pushing off, so you see the stretching right there and underneath at the tail, and the scrunching and wrinkling there at the knees, and some stretching of the skin there. Pretty good. You see some more of that brownish hue along the rib cage, and like I said, the forelimbs are very powerful in appearance. You would not want to get in the grips of those. You get some more wrinkles there in the neck. The Sinraptor is turning slightly to its left, so you have that. And then once again, you can see the ear canal. It's very evident there, so that's excellent attention to detail. And once again, you can see that eye the ridge, the teeth, the nose. Oh, lest we forget, booty check. And yep, there's a slit in right there for the cloaca. So that's what we have there for our Sinraptor. Now it's time for some comparisons. First up, we're going to pit the PNSO Sinraptor next to the Sinraptor from Vitae, which I got a while ago. And as you can see, Vitae's Sinraptor is a bit more colorful than the PNSO version. Turn him this way so you can see some more of that color. And it also gave them quills along the top of the head there. So, but they still look pretty well together. They're more or less the same length, so they're definitely within that 135 scale, meaning that they do represent a 25-foot long animal, which is pretty cool. The PNSO Sinraptor's forelimbs look a bit more robust than the Vitae's, but these two look good together, so they will more than likely get posed together. Next, bringing it back to PNSO's models, we've got our other Metriacanthosauridae species, and that would be the Xinchuanosaurus. I failed to mention earlier that Sinraptor, well, you kind of sort of figured it out when I stated the name Chinese robber. Sinraptor is from China and late Jurassic. Xinchuanosaurus is also from the middle to the late Jurassic and is also a Chinese dinosaur, but they were both in different provinces. As you can see, the size difference there. Xinchuanosaurus had two species, one that was similar in size to the Sinraptor, but another, which this model represents, was larger, much larger, was it was similar in size to the North American Allosaurus. So there you have it, and they do look good together. They scale quite well with one another. And you know, we had to include in the comparisons the dino that we just finished reviewing prior to the Sinraptor. We've got Fergus, the Acrocanthosaurus. And if we're going to compare theropods, you know I can't leave this review without putting down the big bad Wilson, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And yep, you can see the size difference. Wilson is definitely eclipsing Xinchuan. So my final thoughts on Xinchuan, the Sinraptor from PNSO. This is a pretty nice model. Can't front. As always, PNSO's attention to detail is unparalleled, and their accuracy is second to none. They even explained the issue concerning the rapid tapering of the Sinraptor's tail, and I appreciate that they actually addressed that. As always with the theropods, they have the articulated jaws, and the pink apse in the mouth, as always, is just great with that nice wet look. As always, the skulls and how they attend to the crests on their theropods. As always, they look pretty nice. And the animal is in scale at 8.5 inches. It is in near perfect scale at coming in. It would be just under 25 feet, which it is estimated to have grown to. So that puts it right at that 135 scale. So I definitely like that. And this is a nice figure. It's going to look great with my other theropods. My only regret is for right now, this is the last of the PNSOs, the latest of the PNSO models that we've received. They haven't announced anything yet as of this recording. So hopefully we'll hear something very soon. I do know one thing: once they do start coming out with models, they're going to be rushing them out big time. It'll be a cascade of them. That's how PNSO does. They are a feast or famine company. So we're in our famine right now. So can't wait for the feast. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers by the end of July, and I would greatly appreciate your help in me attaining that goal. Leave comments below, any questions, concerns, or whatever you want to talk about. Please get at me there. If you want to be notified when I upload another video, please hit that bell and you will be notified. On behalf of PNSO's Xinchuan the Sinraptor, thank you for watching my channel. Take care.